Hey guys, Sam from Manfa Makes and
Moose Mike.
Welcome back to all our returners and hi to any newbies. It's so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while and please, if you like what you see, leave your thumbie. Thank you very, very much. So, if you are new here, Thursdays we have a regular segment. We have a complete playlist here on Manfa Makes, and I might actually link that playlist down below in the description box for your ease should you wish to watch previous episodes. Now, the segment here on a Thursday is
Tile of the Week, Thursday.
And he changes that every week, guys. So even if you just want to watch the first couple of seconds just to see how differently he sings, feel free. Quite entertaining. So, what is Tile of the Week Thursday? Well, I was gifted this wonderful book in Happy Mail back last July, 100 Crochet Tiles by Sarah Callard. You would think I'd remember who did it by now, seeing as this is week 32, but clearly not. And it was gifted to me as it was on my Amazon wishlist by a wonderful friend of mine. And as I was opening it and doing my Happy Mail video, I made a pledge that I was going to make all 100 tiles, one a week, until it was done. Not actually doing the maths and realising it was going to take over 2 years to complete. But here we are. We are now on week 32, and Mike valiantly agreed to crochet along with me. Now, just to say, although this came from Amazon, I do know that you can get it at other good bookstores too, and I am not affiliated or sponsored. It is just, I'm telling you where I got it. Lots of people started watching this segment and decided to join in along with us. I never intended it to be a crochet along. It just kind of morphed into one, which is absolutely fabulous because that is how awesome other content creators and fellow subscribers of some of our channels are to want to join in and enjoy the process. So I'm not going to list everyone that's joining in, but if you do put in the search bar hashtag Tile of the Week Thursday, everyone who's uploaded a video using that hashtag, you will find them. Go on a little treasure hunt. Might be fun. And also, I always end up accidentally forgetting people and I don't want to upset them. So that's why I don't list them anymore, because I don't want to make people sad. So yes, it organically became a crochet along with a few of our friends and subscribers, and some subscribers have started to email me pictures as well, which I am starting to drop on my community tab. I think if you go back a couple of weeks, the last couple of weeks, I've had a subscriber photo to show, and I have another couple on my community tab today for you to go and look at. So please do go and check them out. Thank you very much, Josephine and Jens, for sending in your tiles. Yes, so week 32. It was called Rosemary Clusters. Yes. And it was by Julie Yeager. Now, I went a little bit rogue. I'm going rogue a lot on this channel lately.
You're not going to show them what it looks like in the
I will
book?
in a second. I'm just giving them a little bit of an overview.
Okay.
I went a little bit rogue. And if you've been here a while, Manfa rarely goes rogue. She's a little bit OCD. Used to be the type to see the colours in the picture of the pattern and stick to them or as close to it, and was never really creative or inventive with anything. Well, it appears that 2023 is the year for Manfa to go rogue and completely go wild, which I have this week, which I will show you shortly. Now, Rosemary Clusters is supposed to look a little something like this. Being careful not to show the pattern. Super pretty. Absolutely love it. Waiting for my camera to refocus. Oh, there we go. I didn't even have to put my hand and high five you. Okay, so yes, very, very pretty. We were supposed to use 7 colours. They recommended, if you've not been here for a while, this book falls apart. So I literally plucked out the one page I thought I needed, but clearly I needed more than that. 7 colours, 4mm hook, and they did it in a sport or a 4-ply weight. Well, as you know, Mike and I mostly have DK scraps or lightweight 3 scraps. We do seem to be gathering quite a few 4-weight scraps as well, so maybe you'll see some 4-weight tiles eventually. So yeah, we just kind of do our own thing with what we've got, because all of these tiles we are making trying to use up some of our scraps. But no sooner do we try and use up scraps, we're adding to it because of other projects that we are doing alongside this segment, this weekly segment. Mike's colour choices this week are so much more Manfa friendly and pretty, just saying. He did a very good job on his colour choice this week, in my opinion. So yes, this is what we're supposed to be showing you, or our version of. And I'll let Mike show first, which I always do anyway, but in particular this week, because there's no point, you're going to be showing your tile now anyway. Because he did use the 7 colours.
I did. I used the 4mm clover, all DK, as we just said.
3 weight.
3 weight. I quite like my colour choice as well. It actually worked out really well. So without further ado, there's mine.
It's so pretty. Anything you found tricky?
No, not really.
Anything particularly liked?
It was just an easy tile. I loved it. I liked it. Just liked ploughing through this one.
Yeah.
And obviously because of the colours and the way they worked up, because this green is actually a variegated ice yarn, and it had pinks and whites in it, but it just did the green.
You picked the right road to do it.
Which is still different greens if you can't see.
But you picked the right road to do that.
I picked the right road to do it. I just worked it really well.
We always wing it, guys. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but it did work this week. And actually, both Mike and I said to each other, this is not a bad tile. And I think so far we have said that we wouldn't make any of the tiles we've done, apart from the little tiny 4 or 5 rounders.
I would repeat this one.
But I think this one is the first one where I might be tempted in the future, if I'm looking for a block for a pattern, this might be a strong contender, because there was nothing icky, frustrating or hard. There weren't any stitches we haven't done previously. You weren't putting stitches in obscure places so you didn't really know where they went. There was just one tiny little stumbling block, and it was on round 4, and that was where in the written instructions it didn't tell you to do a space, not a space, chain in between 2 spike double crochets. It only said to do the spike doubles. It didn't actually say anything about a chain.
And it sort of pulled.
Yeah, so then when I looked at the diagram, because it comes with written instructions and a diagram, I figured out by looking at the diagram that there was a space in between, and then it all kind of stayed straight and where it should do. So always, guys, when you are, whether you're only just starting to read patterns, whether you've been reading them for a little while but need additional support, try and match what the words are saying to what the picture in the diagram is showing, because Mike will tell you when he started reading patterns to have the diagram, it was much quicker for him to translate between using both what he was supposed to do, rather than just a really long blurb of words that weren't even whole words. They were just like letters and...
But, to be fair, I'm getting better. I am reading a whole pattern book now without asking for any help.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just letting the guys know that a tip is, if you can find a book that has charts and graphs as well as the written instructions,
it helps.
It just helps the correlation between the two. Just like if there isn't a graph but there is a video tutorial, I would recommend having the written pattern in front of you while you're watching the tutorial. Before you even start crocheting it, listen to what the tutorialist is saying, match it to the words in your pattern, and then you will be able to see that what she's doing, he or she, sorry, I shouldn't just say she, that's really bad for me. What they are doing on the video is written in that pattern language, and it will help you understand the language of patterns much easier. The beauty of this book is that it is written in US terms, and even though we're from the UK, I learnt better using US terms. And then of course when I taught Mike, I taught him the US terms, and you have looked at UK patterns and he reckons it will be pretty simple to translate to what he needs to do. But out of the two, you also prefer US terms.
My next shawl is going to be UK terms on the pattern.
So what I've advised Mike to do is to go through and cross out the UK stitches and put the US equivalent, so that then he can just read, because he's already done the translation. And before he starts, I'll read it through as well and make sure he hasn't missed the odd little stitch, so that it is all completely translated. Anyway, we've gone off on a tangent. So yes,
that was mine.
That was Mike's. Absolutely beautiful. Nice, neat, tight stitches. And I like this one because I'm thinking another reason why I don't like some of them is I am not a fan of the lacy crochet. I like compact, solid looking things more than lacy looking things, but that's just personal preference. I know several of the people joining along love the lacy look, so each to their own. So yeah, Mike used 7 colours and did what exactly the pattern said. I only used 2 colours, and I wanted to use 2 colours because I just wanted to see how it would turn out. And also I had a little bit of inspiration pop into my brain that if I use the colours, which I did, it might look like a stained glass window. Because with the separations using the front posts, these ones here, it looks like a 4-paned window to me. So I used the rainbow yarn that I recently used to make Bram the Bee that you might see in last week's crochet catch up. And I used black because in stained glass windows it's normally a really dark grey or a black for the lead. So would you like to see mine? There we go, guys. Now the rainbow yarn is variegated, so it does colour break and it's not uniform all the way around, as you can see with this pink bit here, whereas the rest is the orange and the yellow. But that's fine because stained glass doesn't always have to be symmetrical and everything else, and you can see the splodge of pink up here, whereas the rest of it is mainly purple. I still think it's really nice. The only thing I found slightly disappointing was we obviously did 2 continuous rows here, which means that post stitch, it would have been better in black, so that the whole thing was black right the way across. As you can see here, that one's yellow. If that one was black, it would have been even more pretty in my opinion, but it is what it is. I had to do 2 rounds in that one colour, so I did. If I was to make it again, still using the same theme, I might just do that one stitch in black, just so that my OCD is okay with it. But because it's on all 4 points, it does still create symmetry in its own way. So that was my version. So as you can see, if you play around with colours, do as many or as few, whatever takes your fancy, you can get the same tile looking completely different. Mike's looks like the book, mine looks nothing like the book, but is the exact same tile. It just depends what effect or what look you are going for. So by going rogue on a few of my other projects as well as this one, it is really helping me venture out of my comfort zone, making me more creative and more playful with my colour choices and more playful with my creations, which is really helping me starting to look at either patterns that I've bought or paid for or seen online on a free blog or wherever you get your patterns from, Ravelry, Etsy, all the places, and gone, I can switch it up. You can switch any pattern up to make it whatever you want it to be. There are no laws. There are no rules. Manfa puts those rules on herself and has been quite limited. So now I'm wanting to be a little bit more free-flowing, a little bit more creative, get a little bit more inspiration.
I've got inspiration from this tile right now.
Yeah?
Yep. So, being the manly thing that I would be, if you have it diagonally like that,
yeah,
and then create a small lap gown around it,
yeah,
it looks like the breast of a shield. or the crest.
Oh yeah. Fair
See?
enough.
Man thing
There you
from
go.
crochet.
But you literally just play around with it. Don't be afraid to do only 5 of the 7 or 3 of the 7 or 2 of the 7 like I did, or do all 7, but play with a colour palette you would never think to put together. Whatever your heart's desire, you can do in any project. And I highly recommend it because I've felt a little bit more free and a little bit more less constrained in what I'm doing with my crochet, and hopefully the more I do go rogue, the more it will inspire me and encourage me to be a little bit more creative in what I am making.
Sometimes it will not work for you. It might be okay for someone else, but it may not work for you. But just power through. Yeah,
just keep going until you find something you like, because the beauty of yarn, as long as you don't weave it into a point where you can't unweave it. So I could have left all my tails out, and if I didn't like it, I could have pulled it all apart and tried again and did the same as Mike and use 7 colours. Just don't cut or knot or weave in your ends to a point where you can't frog, just in case you don't like it, because you can just keep trying until you find something that you like. So yeah, that was week 32, a quite enjoyable tile, and a good example of showing you how you can do it to your own preference. You don't have to follow the rules, guys.
Exactamundo.
So, would you like to see next week's? Next week is tile 33. And one of our friends who is joining along with us will have a special sentimental link to the name of this tile. This tile is called Persephone. And if you know the friend that I'm referring to, she has a gorgeous, gorgeous pussycat called Persephone. She is doing this crochet along. So this one will mean a bit more to her, because depending on what colours she chooses, she could immortalise her Persephone into the tile. You might want to do calico colours, Lala, just saying. That would be my suggestion, because it's your cat, but it's your tile. So, but the designer made it in baby pinks and 2 shades of green. So that is what Persephone looks like. Lala's pussycat is sometimes called Sniffers. So
or purse sniffers.
Or purse sniffers. Yes, just a little tangent there. So they are actually calling for 4 colours. Oh, there's a yellow in there. Really? Oh yeah, right in the centre. 4 colours, 4mm hook, and they are actually suggesting DK or lightweight 3, so we'll be all good this week, guys.
Cool.
And special stitches include cluster stitches and bobbles. I'm not a bobble fan, but I can do them. So we will see how this one works up. Now, the designer of this one is Hattie Risdale. If you have seen all our previous episodes, or if you are going to binge watch the playlist that I'm going to link down below, you will notice that most of Hattie Risdale's patterns we are not fans of. She is not one of our favourite tile designers in this book, and I am so sorry if Hattie Risdale ever watches this, which I highly, highly doubt. But you never know. Stranger things have happened. I am sorry, Hattie, but we have struggled with your tiles. So it remains to be seen how well we get on with this one. It doesn't, in theory, look that difficult, but sometimes it's not the difficulty that frustrates us, it's just the stitches chosen, or where they've chosen to put the stitches. So we will hop back on here next week and let you know how we got on, like we always do. But actually this one is a thumbs up and a potential repeat at some point in the future. You just never know.
The shield blanket.
Or the stained glass blanket,
blanket,
you know. But yeah, just don't be afraid to break the rules occasionally, guys. Your crochet, your fibre art is, well, your oyster. Your world is your oyster when it comes to this, and that is the
yes.
beauty of it. So don't be afraid to go off-piste with it like I did. Anyway, that is our summary for week 32. We have shown you what is to come next. You will be seeing this on Thursday, so a little bit of admin. Tomorrow you will see us in crochet catch-up, all the other crochet we've managed to get done this week, which for me isn't 4 or 5 bags this week. I think it's just 2 things I need to show you, so might be a shorter episode tomorrow, guys. Some of you are like, yes. Saturday I will be uploading a video because normally we go live. We are going live, but not on this channel. We will be going over and being guests, panelists at Christina's channel, which is Bella Uncinetto. I will link her channel down in the description box. For you guys across the pond, the time has not changed. It is still 4 p.m. Eastern, or the other times in the other time zones, which I can never remember. So if you go from 4 p.m. Eastern, you should be able to work out what time it is where you are. But for us in the UK, because you guys across the pond have sprung forward an hour, you're actually an hour closer to us now, only for a couple of weeks. So it would have been 9 p.m. for us when we go, but actually it's 8 p.m. for us. So if you're UK and you're watching, don't be caught out. It's at 8 p.m, not 9 p.m. And it's over at Christina's channel, which is, again, is Bella Uncinetto. And it is mine and Christina's early birthday bash. Because our birthday, we both celebrate our birthday on the 22nd. We are birthday twins. And both of us work outside of the home and have small humans that we need to get to school and stuffs. So we are not going to do it on a school night because it is just too much to handle. So we have decided to push it early. And it will be on Saturday the 18th, this Saturday. So if you are not already a friend of Christina's, please click that link, chuck some yarn in her window, put on the notification bell, and then you will easily be able to find us Saturday for the birthday live. Christina does have giveaways going on her channel at the moment, which she'll be picking the winners for live on that live. There might be a couple of surprises from me on the night. You never know. Not going to give you any details. But please do come and have fun with us because, you know, we're just celebrating our love for each other and our love for you and holding a birthday party so you can all come. Because obviously Christina's in Italy and I'm in the UK and most of you are in the US or Canada. So the only way we can all get together is through a live. So please do come and join us and have lots of fun with us on Saturday. I'm still not sure what the video is going to be for Saturday yet though. Sunday, again, I'm not sure what the video is going to be because I have 2 recorded. I just don't know which way round I'm going to do them. Monday will be Magazine Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday, I have no clue yet. Thursday, we'll be back here with
Start of the week, Thursday.
So there you go. There's my not very clear or not really knowing what content I've got for the coming week. But there is always daily content here at Manfa's Make, so please do stay tuned. Because you never know what's going to pop up next, to be honest with you. And I never know what I'm going to film for you. It is just a, let's see. But yeah, come and see us on Saturday. Come and have some fun and show my gorgeous Christina some yarny love, if you will. We will see you soon. Until then.
Stay safe.
Be kind.
Look after one another.
Get some good quality time in with your loved ones.
Get some good quality crafting time in.
We will see you in the next one.
Or around the YouTube street.
Love you guys. Mwah.